Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. Alright, it's been a while, but the last video I did for board games was a couple months ago, and I asked for feedback because it was an experiment whether people want to see more or not. Well, nobody gave me any feedback, so I just said screw it, I'm going to do some more anyway. So here we are for another one, and this one is the Lord of the Rings card game, as it says on top of the screen there. And those of you that don't know, this is a cooperative card game for 2 players, but I'm going to be doing this one solo. But if you have 2 copies of the base game, it is up to 4 player, which I do have 2 copies here at the house, but that's here or there. I'm going to be doing this solo. There were tons and tons of expansions for this. For those of you that want to get into this after seeing this video, I do recommend it. I really do like this game. It is a tough game though, so it's not an easy cakewalk for any of these things. But the base game comes with 3 quests. I'm doing the big starter quest here, the very first quest, which is the Passage of Mirkwood, as it says there on the card. And like I said, there's 3 of them. This is the easiest. They get progressively harder. And these are the 3 heroes I'm going to be starting with, because each player starts with 3 heroes on the table. These are the 3 I'm going to have. I'm going to have Theodred here, and I'm going to have Eowyn, I am going to have Barivor. Alright, this is a living card game, so for those of you that don't know what that is, a living card game is a deck builder. So you can create your own deck of cards here, which I have done. This is a custom deck I'm going to be using, but it's all from the base set. Can't remember exactly how many cards it is. 36, so yeah, 39 cards I got in my deck right now, which is more than the base game calls for. I mean, right out of the box, your deck's going to have 30 cards. I went ahead and just created my own set anyway, so I've combined a couple tactics here. So as you can see from the bottom emblem, I got a book here, I got the little star symbol there, and I got the whatever that little letter thingy there is. But anyway, they all coincide with different resource types that they generate, which coincides with the cards down here. So as you can see, on the right hand side of each card, there's a little symbol. So the person that has that resource on the bottom left is the one that's going to be using their resources to call that card out. So this one's the book. So Barivor's going to be using her resources to use that card, and so on. Each person starts with 6 cards in their deck initially, but once the round starts, you will draw an additional card. You can keep your current 6, or you can take a mulligan and redraw one time an additional 6 to replace these, and you're stuck with that. So if you don't like these 6, you can have a chance of getting a better 6. But like I said, this is a living card game, so there's constant expansions coming out, so you can just constantly rearrange your decks and stuff with all the new cards, which I do recommend because they do get much, much better. And the enemies and stuff get a little tougher and stuff later on too, but the cards get much better. But enough with that. I just need to get started here, try to explain some more as I get into it. Alright, so to start with, as I said, this is the Passage from Mirkwood. So let's go ahead and read the text. You are traveling through Mirkwood Forest, carrying an urgent message from King Thranduil to the Lady Galadriel of Lorien. As you move along the dark trail, the spiders gather around you. And for setup for this quest, we will search the encounter deck for 1 copy of the Forest Spider and 1 copy of the Old Forest Road and add them to the staging area, then shuffle the encounter deck. This is the staging area with the big box. And as you can see, I already got the Forest Spider in play, and I got the Old Forest Road here. So initial setup is done. I will go ahead and give the encounter deck a quick shuffle again, just so I know that it's shuffled. Okay, and we are ready to go. Let me go ahead and flip this over. Now the initial setup's gone, we will flip it, and we are onto the first phase of this quest. The nastiest thing that they saw were the cobwebs, dark, dense cobwebs with threads extraordinarily thick, often stretched from tree to tree or tangled in the lower branches on either side of them. There were none stretched across the path, but whether because some magic kept it clear or for what other reason they could not guess. As from The Hobbit, there's lots of flavor text on these cards and stuff from the books. So any Lord of the Rings fan should adore this game here. Like I said, it is a tough game to play, but it is very rewarding to win. But you do have to earn your wins. This is the initial starting quest. It is the easiest of all of them, but you can lose this pretty easily too if you get bad draws here. And speaking of my draws, let me see what I got here. Got a healing card, got another ally, got an event card. I can call an ally out of my discard deck. Another ally, a protector card, which I can add a defense to my hero, or I can add a willpower to my hero, which I will explain that in just a second. And I got another very nice little ally there that is very nice to handy to have for location cards, which is this is right up here. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at our heroes here. Alright, that number on the top, that is your threat rating, is an 8. So this one's a 9, and this one's a 10, so my starting threat will be a 27, as it's stated down here in the bottom. The thing about threat is, there's some cards out here that target you, such as creatures, as the 25 up there. Once your threat gets to that number at the very top of that card, or higher, that creature will come after you. And another thing about threat, once it hits 50, you lose automatically, so you gotta keep track of your fate. Alright, let's go back to our card. Like I said, that's threat on top, number icon underneath that, the little sun looking symbol, that's your willpower. That's used for questing phase, which I will get to once we get to that. Underneath that with the axis, that says attack power. Underneath that with the shield, that's just defense. And underneath that with the red number, that says how many hit points they have. Alright, so looking at our spider here, which will be coming after us this round, since my threat is higher than that number on the top. Has 4 hit points, generates 2 threat, which goes toward questing phase as well. 2 attack power, 1 shield. But it has a forced effect when it attacks you for the very first time. Any player that attacks for the first time will get +1 attack power, so it'll have a 3 attack power coming at whoever it is that attacks, and since I'm solo, it will be me. Alright, so we've explained what that is. Locations, they're just things that impede your progress towards your quest here, which takes 8 progress, judging by the little icon over there on the left with the number, which goes during questing phase as well. Alright, so let's just get into this. Alright, starting the game, let's see, guess I'm happy with my starting 6, so I will go ahead and draw an initial card. And everybody generates 1 resource per turn. Alright, so we are ready to go. I'll try to explain some more as I get to it. Alright, so we are in the planning phase. So here's where you play your allies stuff. And this is the only time you can play your allies and stuff unless you have event cards and stuff. So for now, since I do have a spider coming at me, I do want to have something to tank it, because I don't want to use my heroes for that. So I can't cast this one though. I can't summon any of these people at the moment, because that number on the top up there, the big 2, that's how many resource tokens it takes from that little purple symbol over there, which should be Theodore is doing. But since he only has 1 resource, I cannot summon my ally currently. So the heroes are going to have to face the spider alone, and hopefully nothing else comes out to add to the damage and stuff that's going to be coming out here. So planning phase, I guess I am done for the most part, because I really don't have anything yet. I don't have the resources, so we will go ahead and skip my planning phase for this turn, and we will go to questing. Alright, for questing, this is where your willpower comes in, and this is what I'm going to be using AON for every round. There's very low exceptions to that. So, alright, so she's going to be questing, so I will tap her for questing to add 4 to that. And you have to compare it to their threat that's up here. Right now they got a threat of 3 to my 4, so right now I'm making more. But I will go ahead and tap Theodred as well to add a +1, so I'm at 5. And as his response, and written on the text, every time he is used for a quest, he will generate 1 resource on any hero that I want, and I will give it to Aowen for the time being. Even though Barrivore is my healer, Aowen's got some nice little cards in this deck that will help my threat and stuff out. So anyway, let's get back down here. I have 5 willpower against a 3. My questing phase is finished. I will leave Barrivore to defend or attack whatever comes out here, which I really... Now, I'm happy with what I got. Alright, so you reveal 1 card for every questing phase for the enemy, and it's a treachery card right off the bat, not good. Deals 1 damage to each exhausted character, so right off the bat, Theodred and Aowen already have 1 damage on each. Theodred's not worried about it as much, he has 3 hit points left, but Aowen's down to 2 hit points now. We will discard that treachery card. Alright, now that that is done, they have an initial threat of 3 to my 5, so I made 2 progress towards the 8 here. So I'll add 2 markers to it to keep track of that. So I need 6 more progress, and we are past the first phase of this quest. Alright, so now that questing is done, we go off to combat. And as I mentioned earlier, looking at the creatures, you can manually pull any creature that's out here towards you if you want to, but once your threat is higher than that number around the top, they will automatically come after you anyway. And since I'm the only player here, and I am higher than 25, he will automatically come after me. And Barivore is the only one here that can defend, so I will use her to defend. And when enemies attack, you add an additional card to them. This is an unknown element. It could be bad. Well, it's always going to be bad, but it could be just nothing at all. So when combat is ready to go, we will flip it over, and we will see if it has a shadow effect written on the bottom. And this one has no shadow effect written on the bottom because it would say shadow and plus whatever text. So we will simply discard that, and there's nothing additional added to the creature. But since this is his first attack, he adds +1, so he will be at a 3 attack against Barivore's defensive 2, so she will negate 2 damage and take 1 hit point of damage herself. And since everybody is tapped, I cannot counterattack, because enemies always attack first. And since I can't counterattack, we will just untap everybody, and we will progress to the next round. And every round, your threat will go up 1, and everybody will generate 1 resource yet again. And we are back to planning phase after I draw an additional card. And that'll come in handy later. That card will stop enemies from attacking me. But there are stronger cards out here that I want you to save that for. Because there's one particularly nasty card in this thing that we're going to have to handle assuming it comes out. And like I said, this is the quest phase. There's 3 phases. There are 2 back here in the back. They are the same on the front, but they are 2 completely different phases. You randomly pick one when you get to that phase. One is a lot worse than the other, but they are unknown. I'll have to pick one. Assuming I make it to that far, we will handle that when we get to it. Alright, so now that everybody's got resources, I can start calling some cards out here. But my tracker takes 4 spirit, and currently only have 3 on Aowen, so I can't really do that. But I can call a guard of the Citadel out, and it will take both my resources from Theodred here. Whoops. Don't add wounds to him. Resources are gone. Alright, so we now have a tank out here for the spider. And I believe that's all I'm going to be doing this turn. I could call my miner out there, but he's got a nice little response whenever I put him out there, assuming a condition card is in play. And there are some conditions in this deck that I'm going against for this quest. But for now, I will just stay where I'm at, and planning is done. I just head off to questing. Alright, Aowen's going again. Theodred will go again. So he will generate 1 resource, and we'll go ahead and give it. Let's let Barivore have this one, since she is my healer, and I do have a healing card right there. It takes 2, but I don't need it just yet. Alright, so we are doing 5, though her special action is I could discard 1 card from my hand to add a +1. But I'm kind of happy with what I got, unless I get, I really don't need my protector, but I might hang on to it for the time being. Because it does add +1 defense. I could just go ahead and put that on her. Yeah, I think I will. So I'll go ahead and spend 1 of her resources, and I will give her the Protector of Lorien card attachment. So at any time I can discard 1 card and add 1 defense or 1 willpower. But I can do it 3 times. So assuming I got a lot of crappy cards in my hand, I can add 3 defense or 3 willpower to her for questing. But for now, my questing is finished. So that'll be, we're at 4, 5, yeah, 5. Currently going as a 1. I should have traveled there. The travel phase is before combat, and I completely forgot. So we could have nothing up here, but I forgot, so it's my fault. So we will have another card drawn, and there's another location. So we are at 3 threat against my 5, so that's another 2 progress we will make in the current quest. Alright, travel phase. Now let's pick one of these to go to. If we go to the Great Forest Web, every player must exhaust 1 hero, and I really don't want to do that right now, because I got a spider to take care of this round, even though I can't kill it right now. Alright, or I can go to the old forest road. Every time I go there, I may choose and ready one character. Now that I will do right now. So we will go make this the active location. I need 3 progress now to progress any further, because you have to knock out active locations before you can continue on your quest. So for now, we will go there. Alright, and because of its effect, I can ready one other person, and I will ready Theodred. Alright, now it's a spider's attack phase. Alright, so we'll add a shadow card to you. He will be attacking my ally here, so I will go ahead and tap him. He will defend against, what am I defending against? Hold on, flip that one. Shadow effect? No shadow effect, but that's the condition card I was talking about earlier. Luckily I don't have to deal with it, so we will discard, and this time he's already attacked, so he was only going to do his normal attack. Now of 2, my ally has no defense, so he takes 2 damage and he is killed. But now I can counterattack, and I will attack with Theodred and Barivore. Barivore does 2, Theodred does 2, so that's 4, minus the defense of the spider, it's 1, so we will do 3 damage. We will do 3 damage to that thing. 3 damage, 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so we don't have to worry about that. Get these arrows off, there we go. So we will survive 1 more round, and round 2 is complete. So we will go ahead and untap Awen again, increase the turn marker, increase my threat, draw another card, and add another resource. And we are ready for round 3. I got another ally I could call out here, which could come in handy. He's got a nice little effect for us. I really want to get this tracker out here. But you know what? I'm going to need another ally. Yeah, I was going to save you, but I'll go ahead and spend 2 tokens to call him out. I need another tank for the spider, so I'll call him out here. I can spend 1 more and get him out here too. Yeah, I think I will. I'll spend 1 more resource from Barivore, and I will call Marth out. I won't be attacking with him though, or defending. I'm just going to use his special ability so I know what's coming at me. Alright, so I think my planning phase is finished. Next turn, I'll get one of these trackers out. Alright, so planning is done. Let's go ahead and off the questing. Aowen's going to go, Theodred's going to go. Go ahead and add that resource to Aowen, so I know for sure she can get one of those trackers out. I could quest with him too, but I'm happy with the 5 I got right now. Alright, so we'll add an encounter. And again, we get this treachery card yet again. So once again, we are dealing damage to Theodred and Aowen. And now we are in a danger zone, because 1 more damage and Aowen is killed. That is really going to affect this quest if this happens, because you cannot resurrect your heroes. Not good at all. That's a bad turn of luck. And I don't have the resources now for Barivore to cast her healing spell, do I? Well, I will next turn. Okay, so I'm good. As long as no shadow effect comes out for this. But we are on questing, so here we go. 5 against 2 this time, so I will make 3 progress on the current location, and that will finish it off. So we can go ahead and discard that. So we are free to progress on our quest again now. Alright, now attack phase. We will deal a shadow card to the spider. I will defend with my miner. No, don't flip it. Wrong thing. Exhaust him. Spider will attack. Let's go ahead and flip this over. It has a shadow effect. Choose and discard 1 attachment from the defending character. Luckily, there's no defending attachment on that, so we don't have to worry about it. So discard that. Yeah, that was a bad little card. Luckily, it's a shadow card. Because up here, every card that was up there would add a +1 to their threat, so it's a nasty little card all around. But luckily, you're going to use him as the basic minion, so don't have to worry about his shadow effect. Alright, he will attack now. 2 damage against 1 defense from a miner. Miner will take 1 damage, but he will survive. And I wasn't thinking what I was doing. Doesn't matter. I can go ahead and kill her, but Barivore. Yeah. Barivore will attack. She will do 2 damage against the 1 defense. That adds 1 wound. Makes it 4. That is equal to its hit points. So the spider is now dead. So she's been used, and I will exhaust. And I'm to look at the top card from here. Reveal the top card. So I am looking at a location card. Alright. So that's cool. I just got a location card coming at me. So nothing there. Alright. Alright, so we will go ahead and refresh everybody. Everybody's already been... Yeah, everybody's got their resources already added, so we're good. I'll draw a card. Yeah, increase the turn. Increase my threat, we're up to 30. And now I got a nice little ally there. Wait a minute, did I draw 2 cards? Yeah, I did. Crap. Put you back on my deck. So there's my card that I was looking for earlier. That's one of the ones. That's what Eowyn's going to be using her resources for. This lowers my threat down by 6. Right now it's not a threat. Once your treachery gets up to 35, that's when you're going to start having... your threat up to 35, that's when you're going to start having treachery cards and stuff affecting you. So, for now we're good. I'll just hang on to that. Alright, so planning phase. I will now use 4 of Eowyn's resources to get a tracker out here. And these trackers are nice. Every time you use them for questing, any location card that's out here gets 1 progress added to them. But since there's only 1, it's not a big threat at the moment. But it will automatically add 1 because I'm going to use that tracker. I'm probably going to leave this location out there because I don't really want to exhaust a hero. Alright, as far as planning goes, I think that's about done. Yeah, I don't really use anything else because I don't have the resources for it. So, questing phase, as usual. Eowyn's going, even though I'm taking a chance here. Hold on, not yet. Yeah, I'll spend 2 of Barivore's resources. I will cast the Lore of Elamdris, and I will heal Eowyn to full health. Alright, so I don't have to worry about that anymore, in case that treachery card pops back up. Alright, so now we're off to questing. Alright, so like I said, she's going to go. Daedra's going to go. Let's go ahead and give that 1 resource to Eowyn. My tracker is going to go. So now we are doing 4, 5, 6 total. Against 2, 3, 4. There's that location where we were at earlier. That we saw earlier, So it's 4, so we're going to make 2 progress on the current quest. Knocks it up to 6. And I'm going to add 1 progress to that for the tracker. Alright, and we are ready to go. Travel phase. Do I want to go to the Enchanted Stream? If I go there, nobody can draw cards. But if I go here, I have to exhaust somebody. Which I can do since there's no heroes out here. And it'll be gone next turn. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that since there's nobody here to worry about. I'll just go ahead and make this my active location. I don't have any creatures out here to deal with, so combat phase doesn't happen. So that makes this round pretty easy. We will ready everybody up, go another round, add threat, add another card. There's Bjorn again. Add resource to everybody. Alright, and we're ready to go for round 5. Okay. Okay, so I got 1 progress to make here, which is going to be easy to do. So for my planning, I think I'm about done with my planning because I don't have another resource yet. I want to get this other tracker out, but not just yet. I'm going to hold on in case there's more locations popping up. Alright, so as far as my planning goes, I think I'm about done. And I could automatically drop my threat, but I'll hang on to that. Alright, so questing phase. Usual suspects. Those 3. add a resource. Go ahead and add that to A1 again. We will add a progress to that, thanks to my tracker. And once again, we are doing 6, but I will use A1's ability to discard Bjorn. Since he is a tactics card, none of my heroes generate tactics, so I cannot put him in play from my hand. But this card right here, my stand-in fight, allows me to draw him from my discard pile. That is the only way I can get him into play, unless I use a sneak attack card, which I don't have in my hand currently. But that is the only way only 2 cards I think I have in my deck that allow me to use this card. And it's a very nice little card to have for attacks. As you can see, it adds +5 to his attack whenever he comes out. So that'll be an attack of 8, which is very nice to have. And 6 hit points and 3 defense isn't too shabby either, so he's very nice to have. So, like I said, I'm going to use my A1's ability to discard him. That'll add me a +1. So now I am doing 7 against 2 currently. So we will draw another encounter card. That'll add a 3, so 7 against 5. We make 2 more progress. So we add 1 to the Great Forest Web. That'll finish it off. We will add 1 more to the quest. 1 more, and we are past the first phase. Alright, combat. There's nothing to combat here, so we will just go ahead and ready back up. Increase the round, increase the threat, increase resources, and draw a card. And that really don't need that just yet. Alright, so still a pretty easy game at the moment. I'm being fortunate nothing's really coming out here. But I'm not getting much allies with stuff either, because I really like to stack this out here in case I get some creatures. But for now, I just have to deal with what I got, even though I could get another tracker out here to add some progress. Because if I go to this Necromancer Pass here, I have to discard 2 cards at random to get there. And I really don't want to do that, but I don't want to deal with that 3 threat each time either. So I could throw another tracker out here. That'll get rid of this one easily. That'll add 2 progress to this one. Yeah, I can get rid of both of these. Nice. So yeah, I'll do this. I'll go ahead and spend 4 resources yet again, get another tracker out here. Okay, and as I'll do it for my planning phase, now we're off to questing. Aowen's going to go, Theodred will go, add a resource back to Aowen. This tracker will go, and this tracker will go. And now we are at 4, 5, 6, 7 yet again, against current 5. You know what? Go ahead and send him as well, since I didn't use his ability anyway. So I'll put us at 8. Alright, and since they both tapped, we will add a progress to this, which makes it a 2, which is what it needs. It is discarded. And both of them went for this one, so that's 2 more, which maxes it out, and it is discarded. We will add 1 more card for the encounter card, and there's another location. So nothing here, just 2 threat, so 8 against 2. We will make 6 progress, and that'll finish this first phase off. And we are done with that one. So we will go ahead to the next phase, the Fork in the Road, which we will do that after this combat phase and everything. So, which there is no combat, so we just go ahead and ready up. I'm being fortunate no enemies are coming out, which means they'll all hit me at one time. That's 1 card I need in my hand. Alright. Alright, set up planning phase. We got nothing here in my hand that I want to use just yet. Getting close to the time to use this one, so. But for now, we'll hang on to it. So my planning's done for now. Alright, questing phase. I could have traveled there. Too late now. I wasn't thinking again, I could have traveled there. Oh well, so that's 2 threat. They're going to be going against me, and I really shouldn't be going against, but oh well. Alright, so questing. Again, the usual people. I'm going to throw all these out again. So once again, we're doing 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll keep these out just in case something pops up. And I need another tank. So that's 7 against 2. Add a card. This has got to be an enemy. Yeah. So we're at the spider again, which will come at us this round. So we're looking at 4. So that's 3 progress we will make for this new phase. I guess I'll go ahead and read it. Alright, as you move through Mirkwood, hounded by spiders, the forest path forks before you. Alright, we will flip this. Alright, the fork in the road. Unsure what lies ahead, but spurred by the urgency of your message, you choose a path and proceed. Force effect: when you defeat this stage, proceed to one of those other 2 stages. So we only need 2 progress to get past the second phase. And I am doing 3 progress this turn. So we automatically max this one out as well, and we will pick one of these next round. But for now, questing is done. So now we're on to combat. Oh, travel. Do I want to travel here? Well, I gotta add progress to these for my 2 trackers. Okay. I think I'll leave it because I don't want to reveal another card to face. And next round, these trackers will get rid of that card easily. So, yeah, I'll skip travel and I'll go straight to combat. And since my threat is 33 to 25, the spider will come out. And yep. And you're going to go against my miner yet again. So add a shadow card to you. You will be defending. And what happens here? Giant King Spider. Shadow effect. Defending player must choose and exhaust 1 character he controls. That's fine. Could have been worse. Alright, so just exhaust 1 character. I'll go ahead and exhaust you. So you will attack. He's a +1 for this round since this is his first attack. So he's doing 3 against 1 defense. He only has 1 hit point left anyway, so that will go ahead and kill my miner. And for my counter, I will send Barivore in to do 2 damage against 1. So we will do 1 damage to the spider. And that'll finish combat round. And we are done with this round. So on to round 8. So refresh everybody. Generate 1 resource for everybody. Threat will go up 1 more. I will draw 1 card. And there is everybody's favorite wizard. Very, very powerful card, which I will be using against the boss or the other card that's in here, the nasty orc that's in here, assuming they pop up. But now, before I progress any further, I need to choose one of these 2. Like I said, one's better than the other one, but I don't know which one. One of them will really prolong this game. It's the bad one. You know what? Let's go ahead and take this bottom one. We'll flip it. Hopefully it's the good one. And it is. Sweet. Alright, so this is Bayarn's Path. You attempt to follow a secret hidden trail to avoid the enemy. Players cannot defeat this stage while the Ungoliant spawn is in play, which is the boss spider for this campaign. If players defeat this stage, they have won. Now, I only have to do 10 progress to complete this, and I will win the game. Alright, I didn't even read the first part, did I? No, I didn't. Alright, the chosen path. The trail winds into one of the darkest, most tangled parts of the forest. You sense that a foul, dark presence is hunting you, and you move quickly in an attempt to avoid its evil. Alright, but I got the easy one here. I only got to do 10 progress. And the way it's going, this will be pretty quick. Unless that's... Even if the boss spider does come out, I think I got a... Yeah, I know I got enough stuff out here to kill it, because I got a Gandalf on my hand. Alright, but before I progress any further, I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 spirit from Eowyn to play the Galadrim's Greeting, and that will drop my threat down by 6 points. So we're back down to 28. I will discard this, so that'll negate any bad cards that come out of here. But I can't call Gandalf out yet, because Gandalf takes 5 resources. But that's perfectly fine, because I'll have that next turn, and I don't need him right now anyway. Alright, so pre-planning for my planning phase. There's nothing here that I need to do. So we'll progress to questing, and as usual, you will go. I'll go ahead and give her my resource. I will send a tracker out. I will send another tracker out. So we are back at 7 yet again. I could start discarding cards and knock more stuff out. But anyway, since they committed, I will put another progress on that. And it is now gone, and as a response for being gone, After the Mountains of Mirkwood leaves play as an explored location, each player may search the top 5 cards of his or her deck for 1 card and add it to their hand. Shuffle the rest of the cards. Alright, so I will look at the top 5 cards, and I keep one of these. I've got another healing card. Unexpected Courage, that is 1 card I want. Alright, so we will do that, and we will shuffle the rest. Sweet, so this card is now gone. Alright, so we are still doing 7 progress against whatever comes out here. We reveal 1, and it is a Beastmaster. This is kind of nasty, but it's got a 35. I can let it sit there if I want, or I can call it out myself, but they got a nasty attack. But it's a 2 threat against my 7. So we do 5 progress on the current. We are halfway done with the final phase. Nice. So now we are on to combat. I can manually pull this Beastmaster to me if I want, but since I only have 2 heroes here that are ready, which I wasn't paying much attention to, I'll leave it here. Alright, so attack phase. That's an attachment. I can't use it, but I will next turn. Alright, so an attachment, since, well, I really don't need you anymore. I didn't really use you much anyway, so you will be my defender against the spider. Alright, so add a shadow card, and what is it going to be? Absolutely nothing. Sweet. We will discard that. You will do 2 damage. You have no defense. You only have 1 hit point, so you will suffer both points of damage, and you will die. And Barivore will respond and do her 1 point of damage back. And that'll finish this round up. We're almost done. This is about the easiest I've ever had this first mission. It's pretty nice. Alright, so advance the timer, advance my threat. Everybody gets a resource. I will get another card. And it's another ally card. Nice. In case I need more tanks, which I guess I'll go ahead and put him out there if I can. Which I can because I got enough points. Alright. First things first, planning phase. I will spend Unexpected Courage. I'll put that on her. So AOM will spend 2 resources. Unexpected Courage will be put on Barivore, which will make her even a lot more effective now. I can send her questing every time if I want. Or I can use her special ability, which I haven't even talked about. I can exhaust her if I want to at any time to draw 2 additional cards. Instead of sending her for questing or fighting, I can just use that. But alright, planning phase. At this, I am done. No, take that back. I'll go ahead and spend 2 of Barivore's resources, and I'll go ahead and call out the Eridor Hammersmith. His response, if I automatically put him in play, I return the topmost attachment from any player's discard into my hand, but I don't think I had any there anyway, and if I did, there's nothing there I want. So I'll just go ahead and disregard that. And we are done with planning. Let's go ahead and go straight to questing. I can end this right here if I want. Yeah, I think I've tried to. Well, I know I can. So I got this attachment over here. I can discard 3 cards and add a +3. So yeah, I can pretty much end this game right here. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll exhaust you. I can exhaust everybody. Because just everybody on their own is what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on their own. Plus I can discard 4 cards thanks to her ability and 3 more for the attachment. So that's 4 more I can add. So that's a 14. If I added it right. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I can do a 14. I only need, what, 5 more? Yeah, they can't stop me this turn. So I will just go ahead and exhaust everybody. I will exhaust. Yeah, I don't have to exhaust anything. I'll just go ahead and use her attachment to discard 3 cards. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So that'll increase that up to 13. And I will use her ability to discard 1 more. Gandalf, I really don't need you now. No, I take that back. I will hang on to him just in case. Because knowing my luck, that boss spider is going to get called out here for this quest phase. So you know what? I'll hang on to that as well. Knock this down to 12. Right? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Yeah. Or do I want to do that? No, I'll hang on to you instead. Yeah, I'll hang on to you. I'll go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, I'll do that instead. Alright, so we're still at 12. Alright, against... So we discard these. And they are at 2, so I'm doing 10 progress. Wheel my encounter. That's 2 more, so that's 4. So I do 8 progress, which is enough to finish this, and that'll finish this. I think that was 8. Yeah. Alright, so I've automatically won, but just for the heck of it, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this round. No, I don't have to, because it's the boss. I only kept those cards in case the boss spider itself came out, but since it didn't appear, I ain't even going to bother. Yeah, and that will finish this game up. This is the first scenario is pretty much done. I just mowed through this. This is the quickest I've ever done on this game. Not bad, 40 minutes or so. Most missions take around an hour, so about 20 minutes. Nice. But like I said, I kept Gandalf and was standing fight in my deck just in case that boss spider came out. Because if it did, I would have spent 5 resources, which I don't have, but I would next turn to get Gandalf out. But I could have spent this event card, and I would have called Bjorn out, and that would have been an 8 damage going towards it. So that spider would have had no chance, really. But yeah, that'll do it for this. Passage through Mirkwood is done. And this is the easiest it's ever been. But that's the nature of the game. This game could take it very easy on you, or it can get very hard. Last time I played this campaign here, I never got any card that I needed, and it was enemy after enemy after enemy. So they just mowed me down. Heroes died. It got nasty. And it only took like 20-30 minutes for it all to go down. So yeah, luck of the draw. I lucked out this game. So that'll finish this first quest off, and we will move on to the second quest when I come back with more from this. So looking forward to playing that. I haven't completed the second mission yet. The second mission is a lot harder than this one. So it's going to be a tough fight, and I'm going to keep using this deck. This is all core set stuff. So we're going to see just how well this core set can actually do. But for now, I will go ahead and end this. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you look forward to seeing more. And if you liked what you saw, go ahead and have a look at it. Pick this game up. Like I said, it's really fun. It's even more fun with 2 players, but the game is even harder with 2 players because there's more cards coming into play. So the game does not take it easy on you just because you have more players. So it's nature of the beast. It's a rough little game, but even though this scenario didn't show that off. But anyway, next campaign, I'm sure it will. It starts off rough. But with that being said, I will go ahead and end this. I will see you next time for either more of this or more of whatever else I'm still continuing, which I'm really getting behind on, so I need to start catching up. But for now, I'll end it, and we will see you next time for more Lord of the Rings or more of whatever. So, see you then. Hope you enjoyed it.